Japanese spending habits. Tourists from the Northeast Asian countries of South Korea, China, and Japan travel abroad frequently. However, the shopping distinctives of Koreans, Chinese, and Japanese travelers are markedly different. While it depends on the individual, generally speaking, Chinese tourists tend to be big spenders, while Japanese tourists are the frugal, thrift-conscious type. Koreans tend to fall somewhere in the middle. From a merchant's perspective, Chinese tourists are the ideal customers because they generate high revenue. As China achieved economic growth by becoming the world's factory, its people gained financial affluence, and now Chinese tourists can be found in every corner of the globe. Their shopping fervor has become such a hot topic that it often makes international headlines. Scenes of them lining up at luxury brand stores to shop have become news items in themselves. In contrast, Japanese tourists generally scrutinize purchases in great detail and avoid wasteful spending. They often visit local markets rather than department stores and engage in value-oriented shopping at large supermarkets. The items they purchase are predominantly low-cost products. While there are Japanese tourists who shop for luxury goods, most focus on food or local specialties. It is also said that in casinos, Chinese tourists spend significantly more money than their Japanese counterparts. The frugality of the Japanese people is world famous. Even during the era when Japan was said to have more money than any other country due to the bubble economy, people lived modestly in small houses and maintained consumption patterns that avoided waste. As the nation with the highest savings rate, it became a model for many other countries. Although they did become major players in the luxury market during those times, their style was rarely reckless or extravagant. Large discount stores like Daiso and Don Quixote can be seen as businesses created by correctly identifying this consumption propensity of the Japanese people. Depending on one's perspective, this frugality can be seen as being a miser, or it can appear petty and stingy. I recall an experience when a Japanese executive from a business partner visited the United States. I was guiding him, and he asked to exchange currency, so I took him to a bank. When the teller asked how much he wanted to exchange, he took out a single 10,000 yen note. Inwardly, I thought, only 10,000 yen? The next day, he said he wanted to exchange money again. We went into a bank, and once again, he exchanged only 10,000 yen. It wasn't that he lacked money, so seeing him exchange 10,000 yen on two separate occasions was baffling to me. I even felt it was quite petty. From the Japanese perspective, he likely did it to save on exchange fees, calculating that if he exchanged a large amount and had leftovers, he would have to pay fees again to convert it back to yen. However, based on our cultural sentiment, it was hard to understand. Although this is a singular example, the habit of calculating even small things and taking care of details is ingrained in Japanese people. While there were some nouveau riche who spent lavishly in Southeast Asian countries during Japan's economic boom, the general population exhibits a frugal consumption pattern. Even with interest rates near zero, they boast the world's highest savings rates. Customers never stop flocking to used or low-cost retail stores like 100 yen shops or Book Off, which distributes used books and CDs. Rather than high-end restaurants or bars, standing eateries and pubs are bustling. Small beef bowl gyuden restaurants, where one eats sitting on a narrow stool, are packed during lunch hours regardless of whether the economy is booming or in a recession. However, this does not mean they do not spend at all. It depends on the guest they are entertaining or the seriousness of a romantic relationship, but they spare no expense when it comes to business, entertainment, or dating. While it is difficult to judge the level of hospitality or the measure of courtship solely by the price of a restaurant, they do spend when the occasion calls for it. Another exception is that they invest heavily in hobbies or objects of attachment. People with an attachment to cars may buy the luxury vehicles they desire or pay more than the cost of the car itself to tune and customize it. Women who prefer luxury bags or clothing will save up specifically to purchase those items. Enthusiasts, often called otaku, might invest millions of won in railway models or Gundam plastic models gunpla. Those interested in idols, musicals, or classical music spend unsparingly on concerts and related merchandise. Fans deeply devoted to K-pop idols or actors even travel all the way to Korea to purchase expensive tickets. While Japanese people spend generously on their hobbies or pursuits, the spirit of frugality planning, even small things, calculating, and scrutinizing before buying is fundamentally ingrained and naturalized in their daily lives. When compared to China and Japan, which side is my shopping style closer to?